Okay, ma'am.
Morning, distinguished speakers, respected principal ma'am, dear staff, and my dear students. A warm welcome to you all to the international webinar hosted by the Department of English, Srimati Kandukur Rajalakshmi Degree College for Women, Rajahmundry. It's both an honor and a pleasure to welcome you to this international webinar on future-ready careers, unleashing the power of employability. Today, we are privileged to have a distinguished speaker from Christ University, Dr. Jehosan Jiresh, Assistant Professor, Christ University, and Mr. Battula Emmanuel, Professor and Soft Skill Trainer from Sultanate of Oman. I have to thank our principal ma'am, beloved principal ma'am, for giving me a wonderful opportunity to arrange this webinar. And I have to thank our Honorable Commissionerate of Collegiate Education, Commissioner Dr. Paula Bhaskar Garu, for giving me this wonderful opportunity. Now it's time to invite our speaker, distinguished speaker, Dr. Jehosan Giresh. Before that, I request our beloved principal ma'am to give her opening address. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, madam, for giving me this opportunity to participate in this international webinar. Eminent speakers, participants, staff, and students, I'm delighted to address you not only as the president of this webinar, but also the principal of the prestigious host college, Srimati Kandukur Rajalakshmi Government Degree College, Women, RAJAMAHENDRAVARAM. Welcome to the international webinar on future-ready careers, unleashing the power of employability skills, hosted by the Department of English. I take this opportunity to thank our Honorable Commissioner, Sir Dr. Paula Bhaskar Garu, and CCE authorities, Regional Joint Director of Commissioner of Collegiate Education, for permitting to conduct this webinar. I appreciate the Department of English for taking initiation to organize this webinar. On this occasion, I would like to speak few words about our college, Srimati Kandukur Rajalakshmi Government Degree College Women, which was established in 1968, named after the wife of Sri Kandukur Veeraslingam Pantul Garu, a great social reformer. Our college vision is to transform young women into integrated, powerful, and holistic leaders who are service-minded, ecologically sensitive, and actively involved in the growth of families, communities, and country. Coming to the webinar, today's webinar is focusing on the new education policy of 2020. As you all aware that the new education policy 2020 emphasizes cultivating essential skills, fostering creativity, and preparing students for the global workforce. Keeping this in mind, the webinar will provide insights from experts, Mr. B. Emmanuel, Professor of English and Soft Skills Trainer at Sultanate of Oman, and Dr. Jehosan Ziresh, Assistant Professor of English, Christ University, Bangalore, on the intersection of employability skills and the goals outlined in the New Education Policy 2020. The goal is to create a future where education and careers are transformative journeys guided by principles of inclusivity, innovation, and holistic development. In today's dynamic and ever-changing world, pursuing a career is more than just finding a job. It's about going on a journey of creativity, adaptability, and constant advancement. The professional environment is changing dramatically, and we must prepare ourselves with the skills required to succeed in the contemporary world. The employability skills we create today will shape the workforce of years to come. I hope this webinar will expose the paths to success and enable us to unleash the value of the employability skills. I encourage everyone to actively participate, have meaningful conversations, and absorb the wealth of knowledge that our resource persons bring us. I wish this webinar to be as an opportunity for innovation, a source of inspiration, and a guide for anyone looking to get through the exciting yet challenging environment of modern careers. I hope you will be not only informed but also more inspired to plan your own paths towards a future that is both promising and joyful. Thank you for joining us on this webinar that will give you an opportunity to shape tomorrow's careers today. Vision for a brighter and more equitable future. Before concluding my remarks, I would like to convey my appreciation to the speakers, Department of English, and technical team. I wish you all the best. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your words of appreciation and wisdom. Dear participants, hope you are all settled in and ready for an enriching session ahead. Today, we are privileged to have a distinguished speaker with us, a man whose profound insights into the dynamics of language and literature are complemented by his down-to-earth demeanor, making him not only a great teacher, but a favorite mentor, a favorite teacher among the students. He is none other than Dr. Jehosan Jiresh, Assistant Professor, Christ University, Bangalore. Thank you so much, sir. An esteemed Professor of English, Dr. Jehosan Jiresh is recognized not only for his academic achievements, but also for his ability to inspire and equip individuals for the challenges of tomorrow. With a career dedicated to fostering linguistic proficiency and critical thinking, he has played a very key role in shaping the intellectual landscape of Christ University. What sets our speaker apart is his genuine and approachable demeanor. He has numerous accolades and contributions to his credit. He completed his UG, PG, and MPhil in English Studies from the American College, Madurai. He has a PhD in English Language Teaching from Madurai, Commerce University. In addition, he is also pursuing a PhD in English Literature from the Central University of Tamil Nadu. He has a certificate in teaching English to speakers of other languages from Trinity College, London. He is also the first Indian recipient of TOEFL English Language Researcher grant with an award of $7,500. Really, it's a great achievement, sir. His experience in teaching English includes a 6-year stint as a lecturer of the American College, Madurai, and a 3-year stint as Assistant Professor of Christ University, Christ Academy Institute for Advanced Studies, Bangalore. His area of specialization is research in teaching and research including researching English language skills, learning-oriented language assessments, reading in the age of watching, effective and ethical use of artificial intelligence in education and research, literary theories and cultural studies, critical reading and watching. He is currently interested in exploring the impact of the Dravidian movement on socio-economic status and in democratizing the film and art space of Tamil Nadu. He has published 11 research articles and participated in various national, international webinars, and he conducted many, more than 50 workshops, invited lectures and workshops. He has also co-authored 2 in-house communicative English textbooks for the students of Christ Academy Institute for Advanced Studies, Bangalore. He has delivered more than 50 invited lectures and conducts various workshops in English language teaching, literary theories, cultural studies, and film literature. He has also completed MOOCs funded by the US Bureau of Education and Cultural Affairs on education technology and media literacy. Furthermore, he has also completed short-term courses and many other literary courses. Recently, along with his wife, Dr. Abarna Sri Preeti, co-founded an ethical research consultancy in English studies, AJ Serendipity, an academic journal. Sir, wonderful, sir. We are very happy to have you as our speaker, and I hope our students will be benefited by you. Now, the stage is yours.
Yes. Am I audible now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Good morning, scholarly audience, and I'm really thankful to SKR Government College, the principal, the Department of English, Dr. Anuradha ma'am, and the organizers for giving me this opportunity to share something that I've been thinking on in the recent times in terms of how the future career landscape would be and what are the skills that are required for an individual to meet the expectations of the future jobscape, I would say. So I really thank the organizers for thinking in the lines of what is required for the participants today, the students today. You know, at the end of the day, we all aim at economical stability. You know, a 2,000-year-old couplet, from the Tamil literatures called Tirukural, which says, this world does not belong to those who don't possess material. This is the first half of one of the couplets, which goes like this: the world does not belong to those who do not possess material. So, economical independence, self reliance, and stability is something which is more important, and we should look into ways through which we can achieve it. Through ethical means. That should be the objective of any academic pursuit. Making economical stability for our own selves through ethical means, so that we can also extend the extend such quality life and times for others around us as well. So with this, I really thank the college management for organizing such an international webinar, choosing this particular topic, and also inviting me to share my little knowledge in those lines. So to start with, I'll share the PPT that I have. And again, I'm disabled to share the screen. I request the organizers, the host, to enable my screen sharing so that it would be possible for me to share the screen.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, please. I made the co-host, or so no, it would be easy.
Okay, sir. No?
Yeah. Hope my screen is,
Yes, sir.
this is the one. Yeah, hope it's visible now. Yeah. Future ready careers and essential skills. That's something I thought of discussing with the scholarly audience this morning. So here are my objectives for this 1 hour session. So the first thing is to engage the participants effectively, because in the world dominated by digital access and AI, it is difficult to engage the participants or audience effectively by through talk. So the first thing that comes to my mind when I prepare for any of the talk is to engage the participants effectively at the first place, because even when as teachers, when we are asked to attend FDPs or other programs, we contemplate on what we take back from such programs. More often than not, we realize it is for us to understand the plight of students and how difficult it would be for students to sit through long lectures if teachers ourselves find it difficult. So, the first objective is to engage you informatively and effectively without boring you much. That should be my first objective. And the next one, perceive the importance of human technology collaboration. One thing we find in the contemporary context is we know that we can't do away with the technological influence, and at the same time there is an ideological resistance to technology, because we believe, we are told to believe, or we believe that technology can be bad at times. So it is always better to keep a check on what it does to us. So it is important to resist it, and always there is a discourse on how world was beautiful or pleasant before technology, and technology has ruined it. Such discourses are said, retold again and again in terms of spiritual thought, or in terms of discussions from the elders or whatsoever. But then it's not the case. World is better today. We must start thinking that way. World is more democratized today. World is yeah. Am I audible? Please let me know if my voice is loud and clear, uh, or else I would raise my voice a bit. Is that fine now, ma'am? Can I go ahead with this, ma'am? Dr. Anuradha,
Yeah,
ma'am?
it's fine. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you.
Sir, okay.
Yeah, so there is always a resistance to technology. This is not new. I'll be talking about that in this presentation as well. And but we should be we should be challenging our perceptions to think that we are living in a better world than how it was 100 years ago or 1,000 years ago. With most of the luxuries of the world is being democratized, it's being accessible to many. Such this was not the case 100 years ago, where privileges were concentrated on concentrated with people who had power. Now, thanks to technology, democratizes things. Technology can never go wrong. Rather, people who use it may use it for bad things, but technology per se, saying that it is bad, is not a good way to move forward. It's not the right thinking to move forward. So we must embrace human technology collaboration. Here, I would make a statement that humans are no longer natural. Maybe the people who read post-humanism or transhumanist projects would agree with me in this statement. We are no longer natural. And say, for example, we are dependent on many technological gadgets for our mundane activities, the specs that I wear or whatever it is. And it's not only with this. And post-humanists make a claim that when human beings started eating cooked food, or the invention of a fire. So it's long, long ago. Since then, we cannot be called as complete natural beings. The moment we started having cooked food, we have become a technological, or partially artificial. And today, we can't say that we are completely natural. We are dependent on technology. The boundaries between human and non-human entities are blurred, where we make use of technology and technology makes use of us. So one of the key insights for the future is to embrace technology for growth. Those people groups who embrace technology are moving forward. Those who resist it or reeling backward is the reality of this world. And there will be an elitist notion where people who use technology would teach others that it is bad, which is the most dangerous thing. They would be making use of the benefits of technology and tell others these things are bad. Such things should be taken with a pinch of salt. So we must be ready to ask questions like, if it is bad, why do you use it? So we must embrace technology for the good. Yes, ethical concerns and things come into play. We'll have discussions on that by the end of it if you have any questions. But then embracing technology is the way forward at this point in time. So that should be my second objective. And third one, revisiting the 21st century skills. As you find in the UNESCO's model of what are the skills required for 21st century. The World Economic Forum has come up with a table, talking about the essential skills that um, not only graduates, anyone should possess for successful academic, professional, or personal lives. We'll visit that under the technological milieu, how these skills are pertinent even in the age where technology dominates our mundane tasks. And the fourth one is an overview of future jobs. And I give you a caveat here, that a disclaimer that I am not an expert in talking about scientific no jobs that are on offer in the future, but with my little knowledge, I am sharing the possible futuristic jobs, especially for graduates from arts, humanities, and social sciences. I understand predominantly most of the participants are from these domains of study, arts, humanities, and social sciences, and how the jobscape is going to change probably, and how we should be ready to cope with such change. So, providing an overview of future jobs and job providing scenarios will be my fourth objective. And the fifth one is identifying the skill sets required for future proofing our careers. What are the skill sets that are essential to stay relevant in context which is dominated by automation and artificial intelligence. And finally, and the fifth one, and the sixth one is um, discern and identify the irreplaceable skills. What do I mean by irreplaceable skills? Of course, it may change in the future with, even in the context of artificial intelligence. What are the skills which with which humans can edge over, or humans can master the use of AI? Certain skills which humans only can. I use that phrase with a lot of careful thought, because what was skills that we thought were only human is now being done by machines as well. So I cannot make an open statement saying there are skills which can be mastered only by human beings. But at the present scenario, or at the immediate future, there are certain things. Immediate future, I say next 50 years or so. There are certain things which humans can harness, so that we can make use of technology better, the artificial intelligence better. So, what are the irreplaceable skills as of now required for rehumanizing lives? What do I mean by rehumanizing? Because the resistance to technology, people always make statements on how technology could dehumanize us, but then possessing such skills with an social touch, or with a thought that empowers people, can be the way forward to rehumanize human experiences in this world. And finally, inspiring the scholarly audience here towards continuous professional development. That's one thing that is for sure is going to stay with us for some time from now, because learning is personalized. Artificial intelligence has made learning a personal experience. So anyone can learn anything to an extent without the help of someone who could teach them, or someone who formal training or so. So in that context, continuous professional development and lifelong learning, one of the graduate attributes by UGC is no lifelong learning. So learning should not stop within the walls of our UG or PG or even our doctoral research, but then how it should be a lifelong activity. So inspire the audience present in this scholarly gathering towards that kind of professional development. These are my objectives. So um, totally seven in number. Uh, yes, engaging the participants effectively. Importance of human technology collaboration. Revisiting 21st century skills in the technological milieu. Overview of future jobs and job providing, not only job seeking but job providing scenarios. I'll talk about that in detail inside, and then identifying the skill sets required for future proofing our careers. What are the irreplaceable skills as of now to rehumanize human experience, and finally inspiring the scholarly audience towards continuous professional development. These are my objectives. If you can internalize it, it would be easy for all of us to um, build the session from this point in time. You can stop me in between if you have any queries, or at the end of it we'll have a brief discussion as well. So I think I can move on to the next slide.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so who is a 21st century literate? This is an important question to start with when we think of what is to be future ready. But to define it, I go back to someone who has ideated it long back, maybe a century ago. It is cited 1970, but Alvin Toffler made this statement at least 100 years ago, probably, because he is a futurist. He is considered as a futurist academician. So to define what is to be a literate in 21st century, I borrow his idea. As of now, in our context, especially in India, literacy is understood as a phenomenon of social change, isn't it? Education is understood as an indicator of social change. And how do we calculate the literacy? Is that if we can participate in this discussion, the percentage of literacy is calculated using a parameter, a determiner. Is there anyone who is aware of it who can type it in the chat box or so? How do we calculate literacy as of now? If is there anyone who can reflect on it? Maybe if you request microphone access as well, it will be given to you, I guess. Yes, in that case, okay, I'll go ahead with that. As of now, most of you might know, if a person can read and write her or his name in the native language, right? If a person can read or write her or his name in the native language, they are considered literates. That's how we have a 70 percentage or 80 percentage literacy. Some states have crossed 95 as well in Indian context. But then 21st century literate is viewed as someone who's different. The key words here are learn, unlearn, and relearn. So the quotation is here: the illiterate of a 21st century will not be those who cannot read and write, aligning with the previous idea of literacy, one who can read and write. The illiterate of the 21st century will not be those who cannot read and write, but those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. This, futuristic statement by Alvin Toffler, sets the tone for our discussion. How it is important to learn at the same time. If we have learned something which is outdated, obsolete, or if we have learned it in a wrong way, it is important to unlearn it and relearn. This process continues. The moment we stop learning, we have an intellectual death. That simple as that. So a 21st century literate is one who can learn, unlearn, and relearn is the idea we get from this discourse. And we move on to the next one. So this is from I told the World Economic Forum, identifying 21st century skills. So 21st century learner is someone who can learn, unlearn, and I find discourse in the chat box. One who has got technical knowledge is a literate in 21st century. It's a perception. Yes, you're right. That's how most of our students think as well. Possessing technological knowledge is literacy. That opens up the uh, no entrance gate to learning. More technological knowledge, we are aware of more things that are happening around us. That's a good observation. So, literate in 21st century is who's ready to learn, unlearn, and relearn. And what are the skills that are required to continue this process of learning, unlearning, and relearning? So, 21st century skills here are divided into three: foundational literacy, competencies, and character qualities. So, the foundational literacy skills are certain things that even in our NEP it says it should be the ball should set rolling from even the foundational classes, even before coming to school. That's the idea. Parents teaching the children or teaching through internet sources, and for children who are not, whose parents are not literate, people visiting their houses and teaching. So many things are recorded in the 60-page summary of NEP. And it also aims at literacy, numeracy, scientific literacy, um, internet and communication technology, financial literacy, which most of us lack. I probably thought of such a domain in my study repertoire, that is financial literacy, only just a couple of years back, right? Even that is after completing PhD and all that. We do not think in those lines that this is one skill that we should possess. These are all important, no? Earning money, saving money, investing, multiplying it, spending it, sharing it with others. All these come under the idea of financial literacy. And cultural and civic literacy, how progressive we are, how we are open to differences, how we can celebrate the differences, uh, how we are not closed in terms of our perceptions, our assumptions about people. So these are all the foundational literacy skills that are identified by World Economic Forum. And then on the right hand side, we find character qualities. So a literate of 21st century must exhibit this character qualities. They are curiosity, always at showing a now or never urgency to learn, initiative, taking initiatives in different projects that we undertake, persistence, not someone who is curious and takes an initiative and then bogs down, gets intimidated some point in time, or lacks encouragement, but someone who possesses persistence and grit. This is consistency is something that we lack. I always use this image of a local soda bottle with my student friends. When you say something new, it would bubble with a lot of motivation. And the next day, when you call them for such discussions, it holds good for all of us, even for me. Next day, with the mundane things around, we may lack the same interest when we had when we started the project. So persistence and grit, adaptability, leadership, social and cultural awareness. These are the qualities one would show, if we hone the foundational literary skills. If we hone the foundational literary skills like literacy, numeracy, scientific temper, which is part of our Indian constitution as well. I'll talk about that later. So, cultural and civic literacy, financial literacy, what will we show is curiosity, initiative, persistence and grit, adaptability, leadership qualities, social and cultural awareness. So, to show this in our lives, in personal and professional career, we should have a sound foundation in terms of foundational literacy. Now, coming on to the center part, competencies. I consider this the most important thing in the lifelong journey of a learner. The learner can be at the age of 60 or at the age of 16 or at the age of 5. We must possess these four skills which are irreplaceable at this point in time. I would say the four C's of 21st century learning. I would put it in a different order: communication, collaboration, critical thinking, and creativity. Communication, collaboration, critical thinking and creativity. Why this order? Because communication is something which is integral to human existence. We are humans because we have a sophisticated communication system, and that is the starting point and also the declaration point of any achievement. Recently the Indian Space Research Organization had a success in landing at the moon, the south pole of the moon. But a couple of years ago, when we had a failure, the first message that came from the then ISRO chairman was that we lost communication with our lander. Right? That was the day when I thought how communication plays a vital role, starting from personal relationships to launching satellites or launching rockets. So it starts with communication, and the second aspect is collaboration, which is a key skill because everyone will not possess same strength, so we should act in someone else's limitation. Coming together, it is all about group processing, positive interdependence, and individual accountability. During COVID times, we found collaborative work in different parts of the world, but one aspect which I personally feel where we lacked collaboration was on the invention of vaccines, right? Wherein there was a kind of rat race where everyone wanted to be the first to invent an effective vaccine. So that would have cost a lot of material loss, time loss, because someone would be experimenting the same thing which someone has done it before and it is a failure. Had there been a collaboration, they could have come up with a more effective vaccines, or that's my perception. I may be wrong, but what I found there was a competition and not a collaboration. Who would be winning the rat race is something that we saw. So collaboration gives us more effective solutions than momentary reliefs. Right now that we have a lot of theories on the bad side of the vaccines we had and things of that kind, but more collaborative effort would have given us more effective solutions, is my point of view. And then moving on to critical thinking. In this world of watching, we call it post-truth world, where there are no the facts are built by opinions and beliefs, not based on real facts. No, this world is called post-truth. It's the Oxford word of the year 2015 or 17, if I'm not wrong. So, in this world of post-truth, critical thinking plays a vital role, to look at problems from different angles, different perspectives, and at the same time, that helps you to find solutions through lateral thinking as well. So, being critical, uh, trying to ask questions on what is said, what is not said. If something else is said, why is it said? So, why such a statement is made by this politician at this point in time? Why such statements come again and again in our discourse? What is normalized? What is sidelined? Such thinking is essential for all the graduates, all those who claim to be literates. This kind of critical thinking would do away with the human tendency at the contemporary context that we call as the sheeple. Sheeple is a portmanteau word that combines the sheep and people going with the bandwagon. The herd mentality, we say. To break that, critical thinking is very vital, and such critical thinking will always lead to creativity. Without critical thinking, there is no iota for creativity, because creativity is born out of curiosity. It is a creativity is a right blend of curiosity and fear. Many of us know negate the value of fear in our inventions. Fear plays a very vital role in human evolution and human civilization. It's because of fear we exist. If we say that it goes against the grand narratives that cowardice, bravery is important, courageousness is important. But yes, all these are fine, but there should be a right balance. Fear is as important as courage. Now, say for example, I used to think of how humans would have evolved. At one point in time, if there was a barbaric attack on 10 individuals, and the barbaric attack was headed by 100 people, 9 people would have gone and They would have fought thinking we should resist, and they perished. One person thought it is stupid to fight, and out of fear, that person was hiding under a cave or rock. And I think my ancestor should be one of that. When time demands, no, fear played a vital role in safeguarding them. And when there was courage, the ancestor showed courage. So our existence is a right blend of courage and fear, right? So being critical boosts both. It makes you courageous at times, and also it keeps you at a check, thinking of the importance of a fear quotient. So that leads to creativity. So the four C's of 21st century skills that a 21st century literate who is ready to learn and relearn should possess are communication, collaboration, critical thinking, and creativity. So, hone this, we must have the foundational literacy agents. They are literacy, numeracy, scientific literacy, and all that. And then that is seen in our character qualities. That's a few things that we listed based on the World Economic Forum's classification of 21st century skills. So, this we can have as a checklist to check whether we are future relevant or contemporary relevant. Do I possess curiosity? Do I take initiatives? Am I persistent? All these are tangible outcomes, no, of a person who is a 21st century literate. I'll quickly move on to the next one. Yeah. So, as I said, the second objective, to make us understand the importance of technology, human technology collaboration. So one of the biggest concerns raised by people is that will humans be replaced by AI or things of that kind? Such questions were always there. Whenever there was a new technological invention, such questions were always asked. When I remember my guidance supervisor wrote a paper on technology in the English language classroom in 2014, where he concluded with this statement saying, technology will not replace teachers. Rather, teachers who do not use technology will be replaced by teachers who use technology. This was the statement with which he concluded the paper in 2014. And recently, when Chat GPT or chatbots have come in, people ask this question even to the chatbots, Bot AI or Claude AI. They asked, "Will you replace human jobs?" They gave answers saying, we may not replace humans directly, rather, we would replace humans who don't embrace us, who do not embrace artificial intelligence. So there are, I know use these chatbots effectively, and I think I use effectively ethically as well. When I ask them, what are the things that teachers can possess, which AI cannot replace? It talks about local relevance. It talks about how we can localize global knowledge, the emotional intelligence, or certain things, which we can possess that makes us irreplaceable. So here I would make a statement. I would conclude at the end with all the statements I made here and there during this course of a 40-50 minute talk. The days of consuming knowledge is done. If we are a graduate or a teacher, or whatever we are doing in different parts of the world, the days of consumption of knowledge is gone. And now, if we are not becoming co-constructors of knowledge, we will be replaced. So it is all about embracing technological change and constructing knowledge together. If we can co-construct knowledge, we are still relevant. If we cease to co-construct knowledge, that's the point from where we would be replaced slowly but steadily. So now that knowledge is affordable and accessible to anyone and everyone, possessing or consuming knowledge alone is not going to help us. So we must produce knowledge. So we must visualize ourselves as co-constructors of knowledge, for which resistance to technology would stop us from doing it. It was not new. Resistance to technology is not new. For the information, when writing was introduced, the philosophers of that time, they were against writing. They said writing would erode into human memory. People would lose memory, so we should not use writing. Writing was not invented or used by the elite intellectuals. Rather, if we go back to the earliest writing things that we find, it was used by people who need it. The farmers and the accountants who wanted to maintain their accounts list, no, they used it. So writing was predominantly used by people who wanted it. It was a technology at that point in time. We often think that only mobile phones or no laptops or technological gadgets, even a chalk piece that we use in the classroom is a technology at that point in time. Yeah, a duster or whatsoever. So writing was a technology at that point in time, which was resisted. Recently, in the 1950s or so, when television came in, linguists, no, teachers of English, linguists resisted television, saying children would find it difficult to pick up speech. But we know what happened. Children found contents to speak from the television. So it only helped their no speaking. Maybe what they got from what they saw is a different discussion, but it did not no stop people from speaking. It only helped them with providing more exposure to the world from a limited geography. So we are in amidst the fifth industrial revolution. After automation, it is artificial intelligence, and this would go on. People are working in terms of enhancing human capabilities of physical capabilities, mental capabilities, and lifespan. That is what transhumanist projects is all about. Biomedical engineering, genetic engineering, biotechnology, and artificial intelligence. They play a vital role in surpassing human limitations, right? And day before yesterday, we came to know that the first neural link chip is placed on a human being by Elon Musk. What is neural link? With my limited understanding of science, it's like placing a computer in our brain. So now if we want something, we type and try to find out things around. Now a computer is placed within a brain, the human becomes a superhuman. The ethical concerns and things are to be discussed, but this is next step towards making human more technologically strong, right? And because we like casteism, like racism, like regional bias, we have something called speciesism. That is, human species is the best and we should be living forever, which is inherent within us. It takes some other to come and tell us, which generally doesn't happen. So that speciesism makes us work on these things, how to make human being a superpower and all that. If we are not aligning with that, we become irrelevant is the uh, argument, and we should stay ethical within these limitations. That's also important. So what I would say is we must exploit technology before being exploited. All right, I'll give you an example of that in the next slide as well. Rather than complaining technologies raise, why can't we make it useful for us and for our children around? No, rather than saying do not use mobile phones, we are in a position to tell them how to use it, how to make optimum use of it, how to harness technology for our personal and professional goals, and then ensure optimum use of time using technology. This is a statement, one of the other statements I make. The Bloom's taxonomy, divides knowledge into two major parts: lower order thinking skills and higher order thinking skills. Now, I would say with the advent of AI, we can leave the lower order. Sorry, I've made a mistake here in this uh, human. For I'll change it here. That's how it should be. Sorry. Human for hearts and AI for lots. We can leave the lower order thinking skills to AI when it comes to research, when it comes to knowledge gaining, writing literature review. It's legalized, it's ethical. Scopus is coming with a review of literature writing AI chatbot. It's called Scopus AI. So these are lower order thinking skills where we acquire data from different sources which are already there. Rather than spending time on this, you can reduce the time spent on that using AI tools and spend more time on higher order thinking skills, that is analysis, evaluation, and creation. It's not that now I have AI so that I'll spend less time on both. It's that the saved time can be used on higher order thinking skills. So it is not a kind of battle. That's what I want to say. If we embrace technology, we'll surpass human limitations to a very good extent. The ethical thing should always be there, how it is useful for the larger populace, how I am not exploiting the other people groups by making use of the technological leverage I have. These are questions every individual should ask ourselves. So if we have this ethical viewpoint and we embrace technology, we will democratize the access of technology, and we will make a world a better place, at least within the smaller spectrum. In the context of teachers, the smaller spectrum can be a classroom. We can inspire students to to greater heights, democratizing the accessibility and affordability of technology, and also good quality life in terms of healthcare, education, sophistication, infrastructure, etc. So ensure optimum use of time using technology, that is human for hearts as it stands as of now, and AI for lords, that is for lower order thinking skills. So in the next slide, you will find the Bloom's taxonomy here. Now for remembering, understanding, and applying applying to an extent, we can use AI effectively, and we can use our brain. No, remember, technology not to replace but to enhance human capabilities. So we have been enhanced. We cannot resist technology because what we don't know the time without having a watch or clock, right? If we are completely natural, we should look at the sun or something and tell the time. Those days are, whether true or not, it's gone. Now we are dependent on technological empowerment, so we should not resist it. We should spend more time on analyzing what is available, the different models, evaluating it, creating new models. That's what I said, co-constructing knowledge. We should spend more time on that, because AI or the modern fifth generation technology helps us to save time in terms of understanding, remembering, and applying. And one example of this aspect, exploit before being exploited. This is the example I have. 23-year-old Texas youth earning 28 lakh using ChatGPT. So ChatGPT was launched in November 2022. When the world was contemplating on what it is, this youth was able to spend some 2 weeks on what ChatGPT can do, and he offered a course with Udemy, the learning platform, and students ranging from 16 to 60, nearly probably 2,000 students enrolled for the course, and he made this money by the end of the course. So we must, and the problem, that's what I was saying, many who make use of this technology will come out and say we should not be using it. Say, for example, when Grammarly came in, back in 2010, I was used to Grammarly. Institutions back then or elitists would say, you must not use a tool of that kind. This is bad for your writing and all that. But fast forward 14 years, all premier institutions, universities give premium access to Grammarly for their staff and students. So now we have understood it's a very good, it's an effective writing tool. There are many. I'm not subscribing to Grammarly here. I'm just giving you an example. There are many such. Even there is one PaperPal AI which is really good, more effective than Grammarly these days. But the thing is, now we have realized we can't do away with that. Let's not waste time on ordinary lower order thinking skills. Let the machine do it. We can spend more time on creative and critical stuff. Right. So same way, in 10 years or so, even before that, institutions will give premium access to chatbots. If not ChatGPT, any other chatbot that is more effective at that point in time. One such step is Scopus in itself coming in with an AI chatbot, because it's now legalized. It's now ethical. How to use AI for review of literatures is being ethical now. So this way we should make use of it before we becoming exploited and then we complain technology kills my time. Technology, no, it should not kill your time. It should give you more time. So this is one thing that we should have in mind with this future careers. Have these things in mind. We should embrace technology. It is to save our time. It is to hone our creative and critical impulses. There was one instance I wanted to share. Now, Eric Mazur, the father of flipped classroom, the father of flipped classroom in 2017, if I remember right, it is September 2017. He came up with an idea that in newspapers it came. You may even Google search now for it. The father of flipped classroom, Eric Mazur, calls for using mobile phones and laptops in test halls during exams, allowing students to use mobile phones and laptops. When you read that article, he talks about if my testing is aimed at lower order thinking skills, remembering, recalling, I may not allow my students to use laptops and mobile phones. But if my testing is aimed at creative and critical skills, critical thinking and creative skills, I should be allowing my students to use these gadgets. So we must align our testing towards the requisites of the contemporary context. That's something he made a call for in 2017, right? So in those lines, if we think, while we are supposed to think, no, what we learn should not be outdated when we reach the industry. So just have a look at the future careers. Honestly, if you ask me to explain what each of these are, I may not have a conceptual clarity on few of this, but then I understood what it is, with my last 2 3 days study for this particular talk. And AI, this is pertaining to arts, humanities, and social sciences. The jobs in the AI dominated context, from that is from 2025 to at least 2040, 2025 to 2040. These are the job opportunities and job providing opportunities in 21st century. This is something that I told you I will be talking about in the middle of the talk. When we say word like Marxism on, so people sometimes get irritated, but Marxists are not against luxury. By theory, they want the luxury to be accessible and affordable to everyone. Maybe in practice it would have failed due to various reasons. So post-Marxism blurs the boundaries between the boss and the employee thing. That's something which was discussed in Marxism. No, there is a proletariat and a bourgeois. The proletariat, the working class, is exploited by the bourgeois. In post-Marxist context, that is today, the boundary is blurred. You cannot say who is a bourgeois, who is a proletariat, at least at the corporate level. I may teach in a university, I may have my own entrepreneurial venture as well. So here I play a role of a working class, there I become a boss. So the identity is fluid. So I want all my students, I tell them, 21st century, all of us are entrepreneurs. It's wherever you work in a company, firm, whatever, you can use your own skill sets to provide jobs as well. In this world, even with automation, we always had this complaints. When industrial revolution happened, people thought people would lose job, and then automation, people would lose job. No, even if you can embrace technology and find the needs of humans at this point in time, all the 8 billion, 7 billion or 7 billion no, people around can sell some idea to the other person. So that much of opportunity is found. We can create opportunities out of nowhere. So all of us should start visualizing ourselves as entrepreneurs. I'm speaking more on the economics part of it. We must have economical stability, because that is the basic thing for independence, right? And that's more important for both men and women, both men and everyone, economical independence. And at the same time, we must be ethical enough to make that money through good means. That makes our learning complete. So AI ethicist or policy analyst is someone who makes a study on the ethical implications of AI tools, who writes commentaries on ethical implications of AI tools and corrective measures. So this is a future career. Critical commentary on AI tools that we use. It's a future career. AI ethicist and policy analyst. And then user experience, we call it UX designer for AI systems, writing commentaries on how user friendly they are, experiencing an AI tool in effectuating it in our daily lives, and writing user experiences which would help other users. These are all part of content writing. We simply blanket it under one umbrella term called content writing. What are the types of content writing in the AI dominated world? That's what I have listed a few here. Content strategies for AI. So being an AI ethicist, AI ethicist, a policy analyst, writing user experience on AI. Now you can write to AI producing firms on the content they should be working on, right? So those who can construct knowledge in arts and humanities, those who can write, maybe I'll complete it in, can I take the next 15 minutes, ma'am? Is that fine if I take till 12:15, or are we running short of time?
Actually, allotted time is 12 o'clock, sir.
Okay. So I'll summarize within 5 minutes, ma'am, 5 to 10 minutes at the max.
Okay, sir.
Is that fine, ma'am?
Okay, sir. Okay.
Yeah. So, no, these are branches of content writing under AI dominated context, writing policy statements, user experience, how AI can upgrade its performance, content strategy, AI education specialist, teaching AI tools to ordinary people, how to make use of AI tools, how a farmer can make use of AI tools, or how someone who wants to access banking, the AI dominated context, becoming an AI education specialist, AI journalism and communication, generating images, generating reports and articles about different things around. And one thing we should have in mind is AI is for smart people. The quality of answer depends on the quality of questions that we ask. So the prompts, if the prompts are creative and critical, we can generate articles and reports on day-to-day happenings that are happening around with the help of AI. So that helps you to make mass number of mass number of reporting on things that are happening around. So AI journalism and communication is one. Cultural analyst, digital anthropologist, someone who studies human behavior in the digital landscape. What makes digital world evolve? What kind of human interests are playing a vital role in the evolution of digital landscape? And AI consulting in social sciences, AI and mental health advocate, AI driven art and creativity, creating poems and plays scripts using AI. Because you may have an idea, but you may not have the facility to develop that into a work of art. So people might complain. I'll give you just one example. Mid 1980s, when A.R. Rahman took the keyboard programmer, the automated one, people thought he's doing away with the job of 100 musicians who are sitting and playing for the music composers. There will be some 50, 60, guitarists, violinists, all those would be losing their jobs because A.R. Rahman was able to produce those sounds from a box. But you know what technology did? That's what technology does. It is democratizing the possibilities. Those times you find only 10 or 15 composers in total in a regional film industry. All those who were playing guitars or other instruments for those composers, thanks to technology, they can become composers today. Now you look into your respective film industries, there are hundreds of composers. Anyone can become a composer. You may question that quality has gone down. No, this question was always there. When there are 1,000 songs, you'll find 10 songs which you like it. It's not about that. Everyone should be given the accessibility and affordability. That's the point of discussion here. So all those 100 people thought would be losing their jobs, they became composers today thanks to technological impact on music production. Right. So political and social impact. Political analyst is going to be the big thing. You all know about political analysis or strategists in the Indian context, how much they charge to political parties. The one big name around, Prashant Kishore, he just like that charges 400 crores or 500 crores. And it's not about ethically discussing whether it is right or wrong, but we have come to a point where politics cannot happen without such strategies, or the days are gone when people spoke on meetings. It's there, but it's all about, if you go to such offices, you find how they work, what kind of strategies they prepare, the speeches for the political leaders. And this is a profession today, being a political analyst. Based on your ideological side, you can join political parties, to help them in doing some good to the people around. And human machine teaming specialist is one. Natural language processing, this is something the students of language and literature studies can be looking at with more intent. This is nothing but making the machine understand human language and making the machine to produce results which are understandable by humans, right? Natural language processing. And human rights and AI advocacy, talking about human rights issues, generating ideas about human rights issues under AI dominance. So to find a space in these careers, I would say these are the skills that are required. So on the right hand side, I've posted the picture of United Nations 17 Sustainable Development Goals. All higher education institutions are asked to align our syllabi and activities along with this. This is for three things: for soul gratification. It's good as an individual, for an individual, because most of the job markets, providers are looking for the community engagement aspect of an individual. As a student, how far you are acting with the community. This is one aspect. So if you see, the goals are no poverty, zero hunger, reducing inequality, sustainable cities. There are 17 goals. 17th one is partnership to achieve these goals. So trying to align our skills with achieving these sustainable goals is more important. And as I said, it has got three-dimensional benefits. One is personal, because we engage with the community, that adds to our portfolio. We get soul gratification of doing some good to people around. And number two is it's good for the institutions with which we are aligned with, affiliated with, because it helps the institution to benchmark itself in the ranking credentials that are given by QS or Times Higher Education. So it's good for the individual, the institution, and third, the real one, it's good for the society. If you can find a need around your college campus to educate someone on technological use, or educate a people group on something, so it's good for the society, for an individual, for the institution, and for the society. Three-dimensional benefits. So these are the skills. They are self-explanatory. You can note down: digital literacy, adaptability, critical thinking, and all that I was talking about. Data literacy, interdisciplinary knowledge, or I would use the term which Professor Sakit Majmudar used in 2018, contra-disciplinary, the disciplines that we think are not coming together. Maybe some disciplines we think, like architecture and literature, art and literature can come together. But can we think of bringing together contrasting disciplines, like Internet of medical things, sensors that are used in medical sciences, and posthumanism, critical cultural discourse, right? Contrasting disciplines, art and science coming together. That's something we should be looking into. So after possessing all this, one important thing is the human touch. Why I have this Titanic poster here is we have come to the end of it. There were many Titanic films that were made on Titanic before the Titanic that we know, that was released in 1997 or 98 by James Cameron. All those things were not so popular. But this one is the Titanic which we all know. Because the reason is found in this poster. All others were concentrating on the sinking ship, which is a history which is known to everyone. Whereas James Cameron ended up winning 11 academic awards, Academy Awards, Oscar Awards. When he was asked what is this secret ingredient, he made this statement that when people were concentrating on the sinking ship, he was shifting his focus to a sinking love within the sinking ship. So he added people to it. He talked about the dignity of a captain, people working there, the class struggle, how the upper class was finding it easy to escape from the ship. And he brought the people aspect there, the human touch. He understood love is universal. That's the reason why we speak about the Titanic after these many years. The ship sinking is not going to be a big news than the love. People are worried about Jack and Rose more than the ship, right? So the human touch is something which is important. So here are certain skills that are essential in rehumanizing humanity. I told you, no, in near future, these are the skills which are still irreplaceable by machines, right? So these skills we need to enhance: empathy and emotional intelligence, social cultural awareness, ethical decision making, leadership and influence, complex problem solving, and the last one I've mentioned here, intuition, gut, no, interpersonal skills, physical dexterity, our ability to use machines with our own hands. That's called dexterity. The ability that human possess to make use of machines in a more efficient or effective way. So these are certain skills as of now which are irreplaceable, which we should be honing for a better future ready careers. Finally, so these are the takeaways from this talk, I would say. Collaborate, say hi, human and AI with technology to enhance, not to replace. Enhance productivity and efficiency. Technology should be used for utility or sophistication. Some point in time, no, we, even most of our filmmaking, we use technology just for the sake of using it. I can give you examples of that kind, but for want of time, I'm stopping here. We should use technology for utility, so that we can harness it. Otherwise, technology will be using us if we are using it just for the sake of using it. So hope I make the difference clear. And then hone higher order thinking skills using AI for lower order thinking. Imagine, design, and build. I quote Al Maktoum, the crown prince of UAE, who made this statement when the future museum was built in 2019 or 20, if I'm right. It was his inaugural speech when he said, future belongs to those who can imagine, design, and build. And I would add one more word: imagine, design, build, and document. Because documentation is important to democratize the knowledge. Otherwise, it becomes the knowledge of one particular group. And the next one, constructing knowledge, visualize ourselves as co-constructors of knowledge. And then digital literary skills are important today. That was mentioned in the previous one also. uh, Here also it is mentioned, because in the world of post-truth, information processing in the age of watching is more important. Because if something comes to us, we should ask, talk to the text: why are you here, what are you trying to tell me, how do you want me to react? Such kind of questions we should ask to any utterance that's made in this world, because everything is intertwined with the culture industry. So digital literacy is more important for everyone. Democratizing technological access is the next thing, no, making it accessible and affordable to anyone. I take this inspiration from the film that is made on Deccan Airways' founder G.R. Gopinath, based on his autobiography Simply Fly. It was made on all southern Indian languages and Hindi as well. It's in Amazon Prime, where how he wanted to democratize flying, right? If flying is affordable to middle class and upper middle class today in India, he played a vital role. So such kind of inspiration is required for to make us relevant in the future landscape, no, jobscape or things. And then contra-disciplinary research I was talking about, explore the unexplored. Suspicion is an investment for the future ready scholar. Remember this particular statement: suspicion is an investment for a future ready scholar or an academician. Suspect any existing model, any political statement, any social statement, any faith related religious statement. That suspicion will lead due to better inventions for the future. So experiencing and effectuating AI in academic and professional endeavors is all about evolving locally appropriate modules. There are globally appealing modules, but how we are going to convert that into locally appropriate modules is going to be the key for the future. That is localizing knowledge. That's one thing that AI cannot replace at that point in time. Globally appealing modules are there. How to make it locally appropriate modules. So to ponder with, I give you these two codes. No, this is co-created by ChatGPT based on human prompts. Technology will not replace us. Rather, it is the technology which replaces itself thanks to human intelligence, which puts human intelligence on top of artificial intelligence. Therefore, to be future ready, to future proof our careers, it's important to embrace curiosity. It's a combination of courage and fear, determination, innovation, and consistently forge new ways. Make use of technology ethically to unlock socially responsible success. It's a collective success. It's a democratic success. That's what we should be looking into. So, within 30 seconds, I just wanted to share a small poem which I used to read during my childhood. It's part of the course book that we have. At the back side of the book, this poem would be written. I'm giving you the English version of it. It is an imaginary conversation between a godlike figure and human being. The human being asked God, what will become of life? And God says, go be born and see. And then the human being asks, what will become of family life? The God says, go get married and see. And then he asks, what will become of saintly life? God says, go forego everything and see. And obviously he asks, what will become of death? And the God's response was, go die and see. The annoyed human being is asking, if everything I should learn by experience, then who are you? And then God pats at his shoulder and says, I am that experience. So what I understand is experience is divine, the divine, most divine thing in the world. I don't believe in superpowers or so personally, but then experience is what I consider divine. When we experience the change, when we adapt ourselves to changes around us, life is meaningful and beautiful. I wish you all great success in your future pursuits as well. Thank you again for this opportunity. Thank you. Thank you.
A big round of applause to you, sir.
Thank you.
Really, your lecture is very informative, very enlightening. And I have understood that you are a digital wizard and you cast a spell of wisdom through the pixels on your screen.
Thank you. Thank you.
Your source of knowledge is wonderful, very exemplary. And the way you have empowered us is wonderful, sir. What you have told is 100% true. We all agree. We should definitely embrace technology. I also feel personally, without technical knowledge, it is impossible to survive in this modern world. And we are in the globalized world. Everything is very fast and all. So I insist my students to use AI, but it should be ethical, underline ethical. And as you have told, exploit AI before it is exploited. Wonderful, sir.
Yeah,
and whatever examples you have quoted or your research influence, all are very, very knowledgeable. That is what my students to learn. And also my colleagues who are very young and dynamic to learn from you. Personally, I have heard your lecture in research and very much impressed. And I hope my students have gained more from you. Thank you so much, sir. And the last, that human touch, that is also missing today. Definitely, people realize the value of humanism and all. And the story, what you have told is, I strongly believe that experience is a good teacher. And as you have told, divine also. So whatever we perceive, we have that feeling. Thank you so much. And this time is not enough, I think. So I expect you to visit us once again.
Sure,
Thank you so much from the College of SKR, particularly our principal ma'am, who is the beacon for us, is responsible for this.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, ma'am. And
Again.
thanks to Professor Emmanuel as well. And he's a keynote speaker. I see him here because of my schedule. The resource person's talk is arranged at the first place. Thanks for your accommodative gesture, and I'm looking forward listening to you as well. Probably I'll get to know from some of my students who are part of it. I have a class to go on with as of now. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your presence and gesture as well. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Any questions also?
Yes. Dear students or staff, if you have any doubts or if you want any suggestions, take 5 minutes time for interaction. I know it's not enough, but
yeah, I'll post my email ID here in the chat box. If anyone has a question or any.
Yes, sir. Share your, if possible, please share your PPT also.
Yeah, sure. That I'll share it with you. By the end of this day, I'll share it with you. You can share it with your participants as well. So here my official email ID, I am putting it in the chat box. If anyone has specific questions or comments or anything that they find it difficult to agree with, they can share it with you.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. All the very best for the rest of the session.
Okay. Now it's time for inviting, and it's my pleasure and honor to welcome a very dynamic person and privileged to have him as the keynote speaker for this international webinar. He is a distinguished individual whose academic powers is only surpassed by the warmth and kindness that define him not just as a scholar, but as a compassionate individual or a mentor. He is none other than would-be Dr. Mr. Emmanuel Battula. I have to thank him for his patience and particularly accepted and attended the program from the Sultanate of Oman. About our keynote speaker, he is not only a professor of English, but also a beacon of approachability and friendliness. His academic journey is marked not just by the depth of his knowledge, but by the genuine care he extends to all those who cross his path. Today, we are not only here to delve into the intricacies of future careers, but to do so in the company of someone whose good-hearted nature has left an indelible mark on his students and colleagues alike. In the realm of academia, our speaker has not only excelled in shaping young minds, but has done so with a smile and a heartwarming demeanor. Without further ado, I wish to invite him. But before that, let me introduce Emmanuel. We passionately call him Immi. He's a passionate and dedicated speaker and a trainer, spreading the core values of humanity through a practical and creative living style with 25 years of teaching and training experience in global scenario. He has developed a keen eye for training, mentoring, guiding, and coaching the students of different age groups in English language and the life skills. Throughout his career, he has successfully led cross-functional teams in developing and executing successful training sessions on communication skills and public speaking, spreading the wings of knowledge to all corners of the world by engaging and encouraging young speakers to emerge as the champions of the public speaking podium, which today results in celebrating the 100 weeks of training journey through online public speaking podium. It's a great achievement in my life. His strength lies in his ability to think strategically and creatively, as well as his strong communication and collaboration skills. He is foresighted in developing comprehensive training and developing plans and executing them flawlessly, while also being able to adapt quickly to changing training needs based on students' behavioral approaches. As Jess has told us, change is the law of life and adaptability is very important. In addition to his teaching and training expertise, he also has a strong background in writing and composing music as a personal hobby. He has heart-touching titles to his credit. In short, he has a great academic record of working in India, Maldives, Singapore, and Oman. At present, he is working as an expert English language trainer in the Sultanate of Oman, continuing his learning journey through his research in education. Above all, he is also the person who feels excellence in knowledge gets only through quality. I'm very happy to have you, sir. Now the stage is yours. Thank you.
All good afternoon. It's still morning here, and I'm highly honored to be a part of this international webinar. This is Emmanuel. You got enough introduction, and I'm proud to see the eminent personalities that are displayed representing the state government of Andhra Pradesh and representation from SKR Government Degree College for Women. And most importantly, the Initiative Department English, who host this program and gave me this opportunity to utilize and spread the wings of inspiration to the young birds who are ready to fly if we give them freedom. If the session we say it's over, they would switch off and fly. So if today's information is called communication, I disagree, because we are not going to give you information. We have lots of information on internet, in books, a lot. But no one quote, a bird in hand is worth two in bush. It's not what is in the book, what is in your computer, what is in the internet, what is with you is important. So I appreciate the previous speaker who has filled you with a lot of information, but I'm afraid if the information would explode your brain, because our brain is limited to acceptance. So I'm sure that I would go what you require. So I thank the team for their wonderful organizing skills and patience to accept your invitation whenever you join. And my greetings to all the students of SKR Government College and the people who joined from Sultanate of Oman. There are some of my interns who also joined from here. So I do appreciate and welcome you all for today's session. Future ready careers. That means you have a future and the careers are ready. But what you have to do? Unleash the power of employability. Employability. Now you are in the college as a first year or a second year or a third year, whatever the mode of curriculum it goes. As it is an international webinar, we are not sure of the graduates following the pattern of yearly education or global education. But when you see the globe is before you and you need to travel, what is the mode of transportation you would choose? Walking? Or you take a tram? Or you take a truck? Or a bus? A car? A train? Or a flight? The choice is yours. But the means, the source of income also is yours. If you have ample source, you would fly. Limited source, you would go by train. Similarly, for the future employability, there are a lot of doors open, but do you have the ticket to enter? Let's go. So you have enough background of my introduction, which I do not want to repeat. So here are the contents that you should know: academic skills, personal skills, and social skills. A list is a lot, but it's not important. What you can carry is your potential. If you can carry one from today's session, carry one. As Francis Bacon says, there are millions of books, but you cannot read. Sometimes our heroes would say, I read thousands of books, but sometimes a single sentence they cannot refer. So let us not go to imagination, let us go practicality. So Francis Bacon rightly says, some books have to be tasted. Just to taste it. Don't read it. Only maybe one line or a quote. Others to be chewed. So you have a chewing gum habit. Till your mouth aches, you will be chewing and spitting somewhere. And some few to be chewed and digested. See, two options: taste, chew, but chew and digested. And today's session, how many of you will taste, will chew, or get digested is the question. Lots of things will be there. So now see, the future depends on what you do today. Today you have an international webinar, but sometimes you are bored. What is this information? Too much information. Let's go to the classroom atmosphere. The principal always sends a big timetable to the department. Please follow the first hour this, second hour this, third hour this. But the students have something in the mind. But the teacher should run the class. What shall we do? Should we go based on the theory? Should we go based on the practicality? So maybe the students think that there is a new movie released and they want to go soon. But there are people who are watching you. So the decision is yours. Either you want to go a movie which is releasing today, or you want to sit and get something that you don't get every day. That's why Mahatma Gandhi calls you even after his death. The future depends on what you do today. If you don't do today, you don't have tomorrow. If you are prepared for that, leave. Go for the movie that is releasing, or meet the person that is ready to waste your time. So it is within you. That's why, according to Harvard University research, what it goes, see the 85% and 15%. It is shocking. And the research is not done today. It is done 106 years back. And it is proved that 85% of the soft skills are required for your hard and other skills to exhibit. You have knowledge. You are a literature student or a BCom student or BSc student. You have your core knowledge. But the missing part is 85%. It is what you should check and equip yourself with the competitive world. If not, you will remain where you are. So when you say academic skills, let's go back to the quote. Education is the passport to the future. Even some of you do not even have a passport today, that to even to travel. internationally. Then what is the passport of education? So now education becomes a passport. Of course, with this passport, you can spread the knowledge in the nooks and corners of the world. For tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for today. Malcolm, another important speaker, a great writer, he quotes. So let us go with our education and internship. Now you're in the college, you're studying, you know your score, maybe average, good, excellent. This is only 15%, my dear students, graduates, and online participants, or the job seekers. What you have today, if you are jobless, you are holding only 15% of your knowledge. So for that, what you should do? So you have education. Do you have internship? If not, take the steps how you can get internship, where you can get based on your specialization. Please check it. And do you know, when you go for internship, the first thing you should know is yourself. Self-branding. Who are you? What are you? What will you contribute to the company you're going to do internship? So this is what you require. Build yourself. Are you educated? Yes. Do you have training? No. Go for training. Then to go for the training, just brief introduction about you. Self-branding. How much rich things can you brand about you? Not the fake things that you fill it in your CV. Sometimes you can create a wonderful CV, but it is not going to reach. Your CV is just like a gate pass to enter the interview. But once you enter the interview, how will you face it? So you need the skills. What skills you require as a job seeker? The first thing, know the job that you are applying for. What job are you applying? Sometimes the students are in a confusion. They do not even know what is the company they applied, what is the position they applied, what is the description they have. Just apply and go. When they ask the first question, can you tell us about the institution that you have applied? What is the subject? They're not sure. They're not able to brand themselves. Where are we then? So there are many jobs available, but are you fit is the question. So you are a job seeker, then you need to find out about the job and its description and the career choices. Okay, I am in this expert. If I don't get this, where shall I go? So it is in your hands. So the career choice, no, by hook or crook, I want a job. I should join. I should go with the limited salary, with all the restrictions. They will give you rules. I have to deposit my certificates. But if I have a demand, a choice of my career, no, 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 lots of no's will be there. And when I am satisfied, I say a strong S. So this is what in your hands to choose as the future employability is offering you. Are you ready with the skills? So for that, you also should know the 7 C's concept. What is that? This is communication. You communicate, but people don't understand. Then what is your use of your communication? You communicate, but it is not clear. Then what is your communication? You communicate, but there is no content in it. Then what is the use of it? You say you are a rich communicator, but you are not able to reach the audience. How? So in your interview, you have communication skills where you are not reaching even the panelists. What you say, you forget. If they ask you one question and you don't understand, and for that, you ask, can you repeat? The moment you ask, can you repeat? There itself, they understand that your concentration is less, your confidence is less, your clarity is less, your coherence is less, your concising less. See that lot of C's are missing. So these C's are important. It's not 7 C's. In the previous course, previous session, you heard 4 C's. No problem. No problem. But how many C's can you add? It's up to you. To build your communication, to build your confidence stronger, that will be called effective communication. That is personal. Before you come into profession, not as a person you go as a person to profession. So my personality should be good to go to the profession. If not, I will not be professional. So now you prepared your personality and you're going where? To a profession that is based on your skill. So what is that? The interview is at 10 o'clock. You're going at 10:30. Oh, sorry, sir. There is no bus. There is no. We don't want your party. We don't want your stories. We don't want your troubles. The world is full of troubles. We want the right candidate who can contribute to the growth of the company and who develops himself. We are not here to entertain your excuses. A lot of excuses are there. When you go too late to college, you have an excuse. When you are absent to college, you have an excuse. How long shall we go on with excuses? These are not tolerated. And see now, when you go with the time management, don't count the time by days. So you have only a day. Look at 480, 480, 480 is equal to 1440. 8 plus 8 plus 8 is equal to 24. What is this? You have 24 hours. 8 hours for your work, 8 hours for your sleep, 8 hours for your all you want to enjoy, for a movie, to meet friends, to attend your parties, or to do anything. 8 hours. How come you are late to college? How come you are late to job? How come you are late to something? Because you don't prioritize. You don't value hours or days. Don't count your time by days or hours. Count by minutes. Per day you have 1440 minutes. So count. Today you check how many minutes did you utilize for your sleep or for your work or for your growth. Then calculate useful minutes, useless minutes. You will be shocked how many minutes you wasted before you go to bed today. This is what. So why you waste? Because you have a lot of friends. You have a lot of time wasters. Laziness. What is that laziness? Disorder sleeping habits. You will not sleep like the birds of the nature. You will sleep whenever you like. Watching TV or YouTube or anything, and your sleeping habits are disorder. Watching matches. It's not your duty. You're a college student. You're a job seeker. You have other priorities, not like the players or the other audience. So this is one thing that distracted you, and your social media. Beyond social needs. Okay, you go with social media. It is called social media. Do you have anything with work with the society? Nothing. Then why do you go? Lot of messages come. You forward, you just send, nothing your creation. So today you note, do not forward a message if you are not the honor or at least understood that. Because you have a lot of time for that. Why? No priorities, no deadlines, no targets, because your parents work hard. They give you food, they give you bed, they give you accommodation, they give you whatever you want till you grow aged, not responsible. So this is what. Meanwhile, and most evilest thing, political interventions. So someone would lure you, attract you with political thoughts, and you are disturbed. And another useless thing is hero worship. Oh, my hero, a new movie come. I should be at the theater, or else the theater would be feeling bad, or the fans will die. I should be the first one. Is it your nature? Is it your duty? The farmer goes to the field. The doctor goes to the hospital. Where should the job seeker go? Where should the student go? Why should you go to the theater? You have time for theater, not for college day. So this is what you need to realize. So for that, you need to adapt and be flexible. Okay, today you're boring. Send a message. Today you're not well. Send a message. Be responsible. Dear ma'am, dear sir, today I'm not feeling well. I may not be able to come to college. I will be able to attend online. Something. Be adaptable. Be flexible. When you come tomorrow, they welcome you with a smile because you have adaptability, flexibility, and you are ready to embrace change. Learn. If not, you fail. So today, to make your life easier, another thing has come. Digital literacy. In the previous talk, you heard a lot. But now, you call yourself educated and you cannot use what is available, then you become illiterate. Digitally illiterate. Whatever your education is not enough for today. If you cannot cope well with the digital literacy and AI, you use it how much you require, not what is available. A lot is available, but what is your requirement is important. So a lot of tools are there. It is in your hands what tool you want, how you want, when you want, where you want, then only you can use it. As a student, you don't need all the tools. You have some tools. How many of you use a dictionary on your phone? How many of you use a translator on your phone? How many of you use important apps that you require to improve your skills? That you do not have. You have Facebook, you have YouTube, you have Instagram, you have unwanted apps. Delete them today if you are a job seeker. No, I have a job. I have good salary. My life is comfortable. Leave the session and enjoy. If you are a job seeker, you should decide today what to delete and what to download and apply. I am not a smooth speaker like the previous one. The words that may touch you and hurt you. But as you see today, you should be a speaker whose words should be like bullets piercing into the hearts of the people, either for change or death. Nothing else. You should change people with your positivity, or the people should change you with their positivity. If not, death will change us. Are we here to die? No. We are here to live and enjoy the beautiful creation of God. So this is what you should understand, what is available. So all these are possible. But when you maintain how you are receiving, you may be afraid. Who is the speaker? Shouting at me, angry with me. I'm not angry. I'm not shouting. I am delivering. The language is an expression of my feeling. You're not here. Half I am dead. I cannot see you. Quarter I am dead. Then to whom am I expressing? I just see a doctor, Radha madam here, whose face only I can see. I feel that I'm talking to her. Yes, she receives. She is a great listener. No problem. You are there behind, but I do not know you. So it is in your hands how you channelize your emotion, your emotional intelligence. I am speaking, but you should have filters. Yes, what you require, you receive. What you require, you digest. This becomes your emotional intelligence. When you go, someone will shout at you. It is in your hands to transfer, to transform that emotional intelligence to positivity. If you do not know how to channel, self-awareness, self-regulation is your duty. Okay, he is talking angrily. How should I receive? Because the world is not as you think. The world will be something that you may not imagine. or the job that you're going is not what you think. There will be people who look at you always with a crying face, not with a smile. But how will you change the crying face to a smiley? It is in your emotional intelligence. There is no lesson. It's an experience. And self-regulation. How do you regulate? How do you follow? It's with you. And empathy. What is empathy? Empathy is not sympathy. Empathy is the feeling of the other within you. Get into the shoes of the other. Then only you will understand. Don't think empathy is sympathy. Don't show kindness. Don't show sympathy today. These are all outdated words. But be empathetic. A student has come. Madam, I am sick. I cannot come. You should empathize her. Don't say directly. You always have excuses. Maybe that day she has a genuine excuse. She really suffered. The teachers, the trainers, the coaches, or the professors should be in a position always with empathy. We are in that role. So it is our professional ethics. Then you build this to a better social life. Those are social skills, how you relate yourself to the society. So when you go, the society should recognize you and respect you. They don't leave you away. It is with you. So this is your emotional intelligence. It is within you. Nobody will teach you. Your emotions are natural. So how you channelize, how you train yourself, you see the world and realize we have good as well as bad. It is up to you what you receive. Now today, you're going to the profession. Do you have a profile like this? Where are you? How can I search? And how I got the job is not someone called or I searched for something. I was online and somebody called me from this country over the phone. When I got the phone, I understood it's a fake call. Then slowly I understood that it's an interview. Years back, more than 17 years back, I was in a Delhi public school. I was just teaching something. I got a phone call, then I came out. Then I said, I did not attend interview. I said, could you call me in the evening because I am in the class? So they're ready to call me for an interview. Yes, the evening I was ready. They called me because they have a profile, online profile. Do you have your profile online? Where it is? So the world is observing who has the skill to call globally. Get ready with that. To do that, follow the D's. What are those D's? You need 5 D's. If you want to add more D's that have positivity, discipline. In the house itself, your parents will tell whether you are disciplined or not. Not the principal, not the lecturer, not the teacher, not the society. Your mother, father, they know whether you are disciplined or not. And you know yourself, disciplined or not. So apply these to face the world today. Do you have a dedication? Do you have the determination to get a job? To get a job that can be enriching your lifestyle. Development. Not the same. 10 years back, you got the same salary. Or even now, you get the same salary. Is it development? 10 years back, you have same skills. Even now, same skills. Is it development? So take a decision today, whether you want to develop or remain stagnant where you are. Now, you enjoyed personal life. You got education. You got training. And now you are ready for the society. I mean, profession. You are fit once you are in the profession. See the society. It's not over. Now you are in the profession. See the world. As a leader. Who is a leader? You call yourself as a leader. We have so many political leaders or some leaders, but we don't have leaders today. Please note it. The leader is the one who knows the way. Do you know the way? Who shows the way? Can you show the way for other? Who goes the way? See that? You have three principles as a leader: who knows the way, who shows the way, who goes the way. Someone would ask you direction. Could you show me the direction to the bus stand? Yeah, you go left, straight, maybe something you talk, they are misled because you are not a leader. That's why you just only tell instruction. But if you are a leader, please come. Yes, I will show the way because I know the way. If he is confused, I will go the way. Then I call myself as a leader. Yes, now I am a leader. Now I build my team. The team is like a sheep and the shepherd. You should be like that. Where does the leader lead? Not front, but the back. Because he has already trained them, his sheep will follow and he is behind like a good shepherd. Then start building the network. You build yourself, the relationship in the society, not with the local, not with your own family members, with your relatives, your neighbors, other state, internationally, because today globe has become a village, a global village. So your thinking should be not normal. You may be local, but think globally. You are local, but your thinking should be global. So when you know that only, a problem that takes place somewhere, why should I bother, you think? The problem started in China. Why should I bother? It came and attacked you, killed millions of people. See, the globe is one. So today we have the networking. If you cannot build networking, you fail to live on globe. You will be confined. So you have also a peace is concept. Of course, problem solving is with you. So when you go with your these, you will be happy and you will understand. What are those four P's? See that. When you open your eyes, you see people. Understand them through your personality, not through somebody's. Not through somebody's. Because you are in a profession. Because you obtained a profession, a position. Now, how do you exercise? With your positivity. Be positive. Don't look at negatively. When you look at negatively, it reflects negative. Sometimes you may look at a boy and girl walking. Why do you think that they are boy and girl friends? Maybe brother and sister. You don't get the thought. You first think negative. So this is what the positive thinking. Today, the best principle to survive in the position or profession is positivity. So people who do not have positive attitude are out of the jobs. Not your subject, not your expertise, but your attitude matters. Not any attitude, but positive attitude. So let us recap what you get. Academic skills, your college profile, and your training, and how you learn the skills. Be ready with your CV. If you don't have, build it. Curriculum vitae or resume or what you call biodata, and feel that you are a job seeker or a job hunter. Check it. What do you require? Do you need formal training? Attend. Check where are your gaps. You attend. Then you fill those gaps. Not trying to fill the gaps when you get the job, because when a better person comes, you will be replaced. Instead, you should be the person who can fill the gaps and update yourself. And professional skills, once you get the job, it's not sure because you don't have always a fixed job. It's not a government job sometimes. It's a private job. It's a contract job. Who will tell you go? We do not know. So always you should be ready updating your skills. And it's not enough. You should be a leader in the society. The society should recognize you as a great humanity. So all this comprises what you are today. So, in conclusion, let's go. Be a continuous learner. Where? Relearning. Already you heard about that. Because you learned in your first grade, second grade, childhood. Today you are going for DSC. Again, you will study 4th class, 5th class, 6th class, that same old subjects. That is called relearning. Reskilling. Oh, I have a lot of skills, you say. Where are your skills? Maybe you forgot. You're not utilizing. You feel that you married and you have children and you cannot do anything. That's why reskill yourself. Go again to somebody and upskill yourself. Upskill means I have some skills. What else I need to meet the latest positions in my position? Let's embark. So now upskilling, and you also should be aware globally what is going on the globe, not in your village, not in your college, but on the globe. Look at the phone, then check what is the news available. But you don't have time to look at. You have time for nonsense, but not essence. So today you should take a decision. Let's embark on this journey together, unlocking the doors of boundless opportunity. The opportunities are boundless, plenty, but we are not fit. That's what we have to realize. And realizing our full potential in the dynamic world of tomorrow. You have a beautiful tomorrow when you have realized yourself today. So your personal, which I called academic in the starting, your professional skills and your social skills, they will make you the power to unleash, to release the future employability. If not, you cannot release them, you cannot exercise them, you are dead. Other people will live. You are dead in your world. So this is how. So here are some references. The PPT will be shared and it's time for your questions. Yes, I wait. Before your question comes, just your life is beautiful. Check it. You make it. Always don't expect someone to inspire you. The inspiration is within you. Realize your potential. Not others realize. Always. So it is in your hands. Nobody gives you a helping hand. So this is how you should think what positive life you can make, out of which you grow to the highest pinnacle of life. Either you want to fly or you want to walk. So, I remember a quote. Man is able to swim like a fish, fly like a bird, but cannot live like a man. We should not come into that category. So we should live what human beings are meant for, not what is AI. AI does its work. Go to a person who is troubling his heart, comfort him. Go to a teacher who is worried about your learning. Convince your parents who are worried about your future. Tell them, guarantee them that you are going to be successful and you are going to look after them. See a smile in them. Just tell yourself all this story. Nothing else.
I can do this.
Because nothing can make you happier more than yourself. I hope. I couldn't feel your touch. I couldn't feel your sound. I couldn't feel your presence. But I know you are there. You should do that. I don't feel God, but God is everywhere. So we pray. So I don't imagine that you are not in front of me, so I don't talk. No, you are in front of me. My mind is with you. You are with me. So today you will make a decision. Don't think that somebody will make decision for you. When others make decision for you, you are a slave. When you make the decision for you, you are the master. You want to be master or a slave, decision is yours.
Excellent, Emmanuel. Emmanuel, sir. Better, I want my colleague Durga Prasad to express what your lecture or message or I have no words to exactly use. Really, it's very motivational, inspirational, and more than thought-provoking. And indirectly or directly, you have told the importance of one's goal in life. That's why I always shoot at the moon so that you can shoot even the star. It's not that much easier to reach. And the inspiration is within, and it is our responsibility, or what you call, it is our duty to bring out. Nobody will take decision for you. You are the soul. In this way, you have motivated us. Thank you so much. I request Mr. Durga Prasad, my colleague, to express his feelings. Durga Prasad. Are you ready? Okay. Continue.
Good afternoon, sir. I want to take a moment to express my heartfelt appreciation to our keynote speaker, Mr. Emmanuel, sir, an expert English trainer from Muscat, for his outstanding talk on future-ready careers, unleashing the power of employability that we have the privilege of attending through an online presentation. We have his presentation covering the most essential educational, professional, and social skills for job seekers truly left a lasting impact on us and many others. His ability to motivate and empower the audience to take charge of their own career paths was truly commendable. The way he emphasized the importance of confidence, responsibility, and dedication in achieving our dream jobs was truly inspiring. His insights and guidance provided a roadmap for the inspiring youth to navigate through the challenges of the modern job market and strive towards a better future. What truly touched our hearts was his genuine passion for helping individuals unlock their full potential. His talk not only equipped us with the necessary skills, but also ignited the fire within us to chase our dreams relentlessly. His ability to connect with audience and deliver such a powerful message through an online presentation is truly commendable. On behalf of our English department, SKR Government Degree College for Women, I express my deepest gratitude for the sharing his knowledge and experience with us. Thank you, sir, once again for your dedication, passion, and outstanding contribution to the development of the future generation. Your talk on the future-ready careers will undoubtedly continue to inspire and gratitude individuals towards fulfilling their dreams, sir. Thank you very much, sir, for giving me this opportunity, and thank you very much for our department head, Dr. Anuradha Suryakumari Madam, for arranging this wonderful webinar. So, sir, there is a lot of things are there from your side. We have to know many things. Okay. Once again, I request you to participate or give your webinar or presentation, as there is a lot of things are there for our students to know. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Prasad. Now it's time for vote of thanks. I request my colleague Chenababu to present his vote of thanks. Chenababu, unmute చేయమ్మా.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Good to have you here with us this afternoon. On behalf of our college and the Department of English, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to everyone who has joined us today for various corners of the world for this enlightening international webinar. We have been privileged to have a diverse and distinguished group of speakers, each offering unique insights into the topic. Our sincere appreciation goes out to our esteemed speakers who have shared their knowledge, expertise, and experiences, making this webinar a truly enriching experience for all of us. We are also deeply thankful to our participants who actively engaged in the discussions, posed thoughtful questions, and contributed to the intellectual vibrancy of this event. A special note of gratitude to our patrons, Dr. Paula Bhaskar, Commissioner of Collegiate Education, Dr. Shapidi Krishna, Regional Joint Director, Zone 2, and Dr. P. Raghav Kumari, Principal of this college, and Dr. B. Anuradha Surya Kumari, Head of the Department and IKSU Coordinator, whose support has been instrumental in this making event possible. Our sincere thanks extend to Mr. P. Subramanyam, Srimati Maunika Mahad, and Ms. Bhavana, the event organizers, and everyone who worked hard behind the screen. I wish you all to carry forward the insights gained, the connections made, hope the knowledge shared today will inspire new innovative ideas and contribute to the success of our teaching community. Once again, thank you all. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.
Thank you, one and all, for your wonderful cooperation. Now it's time to leave. Thank you.